Good evening. Welcome to the January 9th Clark County Fire District 6 Board of Commissioners meeting. I'd like to call this evening's meeting to order and ask that you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I might ask for any additions to this evening's agenda. None here. Okay. We did have two additional items to add under new business. Pay application number 17 and damage expenditures. Need to read and approve, post as necessary, the minutes of our December 19th regular meeting. Move for approval. Second. Moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Correspondence this evening. I didn't see anything in the packet. Citizen communication. Citizens viewing this evening's meeting can communicate directly with the board using the chat feature that will be monitored throughout this evening's meeting. Media reports, health and safety report. Chief Russell.
Yeah. So document number 5 in your packet is the health and safety report. See, we've been a while since we had a safety committee meeting, so there's quite a few injuries there listed. Most of those were just kind of preventative listings. However, we do have a number of folks on light duty, and so some of these did result in some claims filed and some light duty assignments and surgeries and that sort of thing. I think you guys are probably aware of most of those, so I won't go into them unless you guys have any specific questions. Accidents. Since our last meeting, we did have a staff Tahoe that got rear-ended, no fault of the staff driver. However, that vehicle has been repaired. We also had a backing accident with engine 63. The driver did have a backer, however, it was a rookie backer, and some training ensued after that. Shift reports. We had several safety issues brought up over the past several months. One of those talked about the rear helmet brims. We're kind of looking into that. People can obviously, this is with our new helmets, so people, the way it fits on their head with the SCBA, they were having some problem with full mobility. That seems to be kind of an isolated issue. We had some bay door issues that have been resolved, SCBA compressor issues that are ongoing but being resolved, some minor housekeeping issues, HVAC issues, tags and that sort of thing. You guys have any other questions or any questions about either of those? How do you take them? But that's the report.
Any questions? All right. Risk management group meeting. Looks like we have one scheduled on January 15th. Yep. And fairgrounds fire facility report. Commissioner Oscar.
Had our meeting yesterday. Everything out there is going well. We're still working on some issues with the sheriff's office about room usage, and I think we're probably getting close to figuring that out. So we can put a door up in the hallway so they won't fly our drones up and down the hallway.
All right.
But I think we're probably close. Everything else out there is going well.
Great. Thank you. Consent agenda. Move for approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Moving on to the chief's report, personal action report. Chief.
So in your personal action report, we have a number of promotions that we'll be doing January 1st. I'm happy to read through all of those if you'd like, but we're also doing a promotional ceremony on January 11th from 2 to 4, where all of these people will be recognized. But there's over 20 on there. So there's quite a few that will be.
Thank you. And then facilities update report.
So the work is progressing on Station 61. This report says substantial completion around April 4th. However, after meeting with the contractor and the architects, it sounds like we're moving that more into May. So we're looking on if we can extend that lease again. We're working with the lease and the landowners to do that. The fire barrier is still having some issues, but most have been resolved. There will be a change order with that fire barrier work. Further design is ongoing on the additional work that, is looking at some of the fire barrier issues. And the work was reviewed by the county. Mackenzie was off on holiday for the Christmas week, and so they've returned and they're processing that paperwork now. There's a significant issue that we're facing with the power supply. We talked about this with a certain switch that we need for the generator. So they're working on trying to get that faster here, but it won't be here till May. And then we'll have to work with the county to see if we can get a temporary occupancy if that switch isn't here. At the bottom of the report, there are some change orders that are forthcoming. It's a substantial amount. So I wanted the board to be aware of that. Station 62, the lockers have been ordered that you guys approved at last meeting. And for Station 63, the storage building, the HVAC permit has been issued for the storage building. So Chief Newberry is scheduling that installation, and I saw it come across the calendar today.
I saw the fire barrier price in, what is the GL5 that says that that's something separate in addition to?
I'll let Chief Newberry go into more details about the GL5.
So there was, this all has to do with fire barrier problems, design problems. Or design county interpretation problems. We moved forward on getting some of those resolved. Which is the fire barriers that we call the fire barrier. While we were still trying to figure out what we were gonna do with GL5. GL5 means grid line 5. It's just a way to know what part of the project we're working on. It's on the plans. So fire barrier, the first portion of it is a majority of the work that has to be done. And the one that we were most concerned with. But GL5 was pretty technical, really technical, and it was going to take a lot more work to figure out. So we kind of split them so we can start working on the fire barrier issues that's listed first, while we were still navigating the county with GL5. So we are still in the process of navigating GL5, but the construction crews have come back in and really pretty much completed everything we can on the first portion until we get a few more answers. Right. Yeah.
And then the quote related to the installation that wasn't included in the original plan, or which was not salvageable, is this installation that had been placed and then now removed, or?
No, this is installation from the original project. There's a few things, our architect. I mean, quite honestly, just kind of whiffed on, and one of those was installation, like reusing installation.
Okay, that's what they're referring to, so
Yeah.
we're using insulation, then.
Yeah, it's just it's not salvageable, and then sheetrock that has a pretty industrial grade wallpaper on it, that when they peel it off, it just pretty much destroys the sheetrock.
Right.
And so we've had to take other routes to get that sheetrock to a service condition, which is removing it and replacing it.
Okay. All righty, well, thank you for the update. Any other questions?
Are these change orders all within the budget or the contingency?
This will be in addition to the. Is that right?
Going through that.
Well, I will say that couple months ago, we talked about, we're through our contingency. Then I reported that it's going to take about another 500,000. We are within that still, and I'm pretty optimistic we'll hit that mark. We won't hit that mark. We'll hopefully fall below that mark, but really, we have all these structural things, and these are big deals. But once we get sheetrock on the walls, it's kind of, you know how it is when you build something. Sheetrock is a great place to, you don't have a lot of big changes coming after that.
Thank you. Thank you. Old business, I didn't see the old business listed. Moving on to new business surplus.
But there's a small list of items that need to be declared surplus because they're no longer obsolete, or they're obsoleted and no longer by the district. So it's helpful for the board to declare them surplus to be disposed of at the fire chief's discretion.
I should probably know this. What is a limelight scale remover times 7?
I'll let you answer that, but any problem.
So in the past,
We've
we've had
a
a interesting relationship with different vendors over the years that we've replaced, and we still have some of their stuff. This is one of those things that we need to get rid of that's just been hanging around forever. So, we think there's value in it instead of recycling it.
I don't know, what is it?
Oh, it's gallon jugs of stuff, it's CLR, basically.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
Okay.
well,
yeah, we're trying to streamline all the cleaning products so that we don't have stuff from different eras and different companies. Make it easy to keep straight.
I'll make a motion with, let the chief at her discretion, dispose of these items.
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Election of board officers and committee assignments for 2025.
So the board needs to elect members to fill the assigned positions. Those positions are board chair, vice chair, board secretary, triple FB representative, EMS two district representative, risk management group representative, awards committee, and parade.
I'd make a motion that we carry forward next year into what we did in 2024.
Second.
All right. Motion's been made and seconded to carry forward in 2025 with the same committee assignments from 2024. All those in favor?
Aye.
You? Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Chair.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Sure it is.
2024 year in review.
So every year we do a year in review for the board so that you as well as the community can know what we worked on and what we accomplished the past year. This year in review is lengthy, but it's helpful to be able to say it in public meetings so we can recognize the people that have been doing work throughout these projects. So if you don't mind, I'd like to read through it.
All right.
But for administrative development, we brought on Chief Hebert and developed the chief of staff position. He's been filling that position and doing amazing work for the district. We've jointly staffed 151 with CCF&R to ensure that our units are available for our community. We had the successful passage of the 2024 fire levy bill, securing a 69% approval rate. And it's the first levy in District 6 history to include a percentage inflator. This will help with our financial stability for the next 6 years. I want to recognize that we work collaboratively with Local 452 and community support groups and the media to help get the information out about that levy and which ensured our success. So we successfully negotiated with the Port of Ridgefield to implement mitigation language, recalibrate levy funds, and maintain positive relationships with their tax increment financing proposal. We authored the board-approved capital facilities plan, and we secured funding for fire impact fees through the county. We mitigated potential multi-million-dollar impacts through extensive legal management, and we had a favorable ruling in the federal courts that protected the district. We received a clean audit for the year of 2023. We actively engaged in EMS District 2 and worked with the county and other fire officials to draft a request for qualifications for a system study. We'll be moving forward with that in 2025. We developed a budget to add 5 new positions in 2025. We developed a job description and finalized a hiring process for an HR assistant to support admin. We added an office assistant position to help with administrative duties. We had a number of achievements in the operational areas as well. We acquired a used tractor drawn aerial for training purposes and collaborated with a subject matter expert who has trained our personnel, and they are now our internal trainers for the program. We purchased a used ambulance to address CAPS and community service when AMR is unavailable. We added 4 new positions last year to our current staffing. We completed an in-house academy for 9 personnel. We brought in and helped develop a managing a fire company program to improve our officer development. We entered a partnership with CARES to deliver medications and reduce non-emergent call volume. We adjusted response strategies for high-frequency utilizers and low-priority calls. We had 2 members attend paramedic school, and they're currently in the evaluation process. We hosted regional training with neighboring agencies, and part of that included officer development. We contracted for a standards of cover study. We had a number of retirements to include Dave Fisher, Scott Johns, Paul Olofson, Matt Hollingsworth, Eric Sumika, and Clint Greeley. We had a number of promotions. Kevin Todd went to division chief, Nick McCarty to battalion chief, Peter Hosley to captain, and John Bacon to captain. We had a number of awards we gave out. Firefighter of the Year, Josh Shernock. Officer of the Year, Chris Bottomley. Certificate of Recognition, Max Olson, Meritorious Service Medal, Ryan Reeves. We had several accomplishments in capital development. We serviced nearly all the hydrants within District 6. We completed the shop building on 63 property. We're currently in the 61 remodel process. We purchased 2 additional fire engines to be delivered in 2028. We purchased and current build in progress with a new squad unit, and we purchased 2 new staff vehicles. For community development, we produced and sent multiple community mailers about the district out to the public. We continue to gain followers on social media platforms. We redesigned the district's public website. We increased our volunteer participation in a number of community events. We held the open house, parade of bands, annual poster contest, and reached all of our community schools. For labor management collaboration, we proactively rebuilt the relationship together with 452 to strengthen our internal cohesion. We successfully negotiated a 3-year contract with high morale across the district. We changed from a 3 platoon shift to a 4 platoon shift, which required immense collaboration between labor and management. We developed an engineer testing process and program, the first ever for District 6. We developed an officer development program. And I want to just highlight those that we just talked about because that was a collaborative effort and a heavy lift between management and labor. The group for management that did all the work on this was Chief Heber, Chief Russell, and Chief Schmidt. On the union side was President Reese, Unit Vice President Hodgson. I don't know what Juanis's term was.
Tony Lossbeck, Brian Legato.
Tony Lossbeck, Brian Legato, and then Chris Juanis and Lundy.
Yes, Kevin.
And Kevin Lundy from Vancouver. So when they came forward with all these programs, such as the engineer program, the officer development program, 4 platoon, it was a very heavy lift that I'm impressed by the work they did and the amount of time that they put into it and how they got through it. So, and it's great for the district. We have a number of members that serve in multiple positions across the state to support the fire service in general. So myself serve as the president of the Washington Fire Chiefs. Chief Russell is a region representative for the Washington Fire Chiefs. Ryan Reese is a region representative for the State Council of Firefighters. Brad Osborne is the mechanics representative for the Washington Fire Chiefs. And Dave Schmidtke now is the public education board member with the Washington Fire Chiefs. So we have a number of District 6 personnel out there doing work across the state. So a very busy year, but took collaboration and work from everybody working together.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud of where the district's come over the last year.
I just thought it's a great list of achievements for 2024, and I just want to thank everyone for their hard work and collaboration just to continue to make District 6 such a success. So it's great. Thank you. Next up, we have pay application number 17.
So this is the normal pay process we go through for the Station 61 remodel project. This pay application is in the amount of $191,593.86. Requires board approval to process.
The motion we pay, payment request number 17, the amount 191,593.86 cents.
Second. All right. Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. We have damage expenditures.
So we have a local small business owner that owns a food truck. We've responded to that food truck a number of times for smoking out of the chimney. When crews responded, they had done some damage to the trailer. Since then, we've retrained, re-educated, but the damage to the trailer was significant, and we've had problems contracting with RV companies to come out and fix the damage. So we elected to pay the small business owner directly for the amount of $3,859.89. I just wanted to get board approval to make that payment.
Make a motion to approve that. $3,859.89.
Second.
All right, motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye. Just so the public knows, there was concern from the state auditor. And the board made the determination to go ahead and pay him and do the right thing. And when we have our audit, we'll deal with the state auditor.
Thank you.
Hopefully, they're gonna damage it again, right? More time should be good.
You should be.
Thank
Thank you. Very much appreciated.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, and, the business appreciates it.
Very good. I didn't see any executive session listed today. Roundtable good of the order.
Only thing I had is to remind the board that, on Saturday, the 11th, we'll be having our promotional ceremony at Skyview High School from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
Quick, are we hiring any firefighters this time around, or are they all medics?
We only hired medics. We completed, interviews today, and we anticipate 9 conditional job offers going out
Do
tomorrow.
we need 9 paramedics?
We do. We
Plus the-
well, we have 5 new positions plus some, positions that we're retaining, that we're refilling.
Plus there are 2 that are almost done with training, it was 11.
Yes.
And they're firefighter.
I'm sorry, they're firefighters.
Or ambulance drivers. I assume we have a ratio, how many paramedics we need,
Yes.
or they're a little more expensive.
With the 4 platoon model, when we promoted to the ranks of engineering captain, we lost a lot of those medics to those ranks, so we do need the medics in the firefighter ranks.
Chief Todd loves the work.
Okay. With that, we need to authorize payment of current bills, pre-authorization transmittal, authorize monthly commissioner compensation.
So moved. Second.
All right, moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.